In the deepest, coldest waters surrounding Antarctica, a truly remarkable creature makes its home. This is the realm of the Antarctic Icefish. The ocean here is unimaginably cold, often dropping below the normal freezing point of fresh water. For most living things, such an environment would be impossible to survive. The icy temperatures would freeze their cells and stop their hearts. Yet, the icefish thrives here, swimming gracefully through a world of blue ice and profound silence. It is a true testament to the power of life to adapt and find a way even in the most extreme corners of our planet. This fish is a survivor, a specialist of the cold. The icefish belongs to a family called Charnichthyidae. There are 16 known species of these incredible animals. They are sometimes called white-blooded fish or crocodile icefish because of their long, crocodile-like snouts. They can grow up to 2 feet long with large bodies and fan-like fins. They spend their lives on the seafloor, often resting motionlessly, waiting for their prey. Their world is dark and still, a place of immense pressure and cold. Here they hunt for small fish and krill, using their large mouths to ambush unsuspecting victims. They are a vital part of this unique and fragile ecosystem, perfectly suited to a life that few other creatures could endure. What makes the icefish so extraordinary is not just where it lives, but what it lacks. Imagine a vertebrate animal, an animal with a backbone just like us, but with no red blood cells. This is the reality for the icefish. It is the only known vertebrate in the entire world to have lost its hemoglobin, the protein that makes blood red and carries oxygen. This is a profound and startling evolutionary choice. For almost all other backboned animals, hemoglobin is absolutely essential for life. It is the very molecule that captures oxygen in the lungs or gills and transports it to every part of the body. Without it, most animals would perish in moments. The discovery of this fish was a moment of pure scientific wonder. When the biologist Ditlev Rustad caught one during an expedition in 1928, he was astonished. He noticed that its gills were not the usual bright red he expected to see. Instead, they were a pale, creamy white. When he dissected the fish, he found that its blood was almost as clear and colorless as water. This was something that seemed to defy the fundamental rules of biology. The existence of the icefish opened up a brand new chapter in our understanding of how life can adapt. It presented a puzzle that scientists are still working to solve today, a living paradox from the bottom of the world. The blood of the Antarctic icefish is a biological marvel. Without hemoglobin or red blood cells, it is a watery, translucent fluid. This is why the fish has such a ghostly, pale appearance. Its flesh is white and its internal organs are faintly visible through its skin. The reason its blood is clear is simply because the red pigmented hemoglobin is completely absent. This condition, known as anemia, would be a severe and life-threatening disease in humans and other animals. But for the icefish, it is a normal way of life. This unique adaptation raises a fascinating question. How does it get enough oxygen to its tissues to survive, especially in such a harsh environment? The answer lies in the unique conditions of its Antarctic home. The Southern Ocean is incredibly cold, and cold water can hold much more dissolved oxygen than warm water. The icefish takes advantage of this physical property. Instead of relying on hemoglobin to bind and carry oxygen, it absorbs oxygen directly from the water into its blood plasma. The oxygen simply dissolves in the fluid of its blood and is circulated around its body. This method is far less efficient than using hemoglobin, but the sheer abundance of oxygen in the frigid water makes it possible. It is a remarkable workaround, a solution born from the extreme cold. To compensate for its inefficient oxygen transport system, the icefish has evolved a number of other incredible features. It has a much larger heart than other fish of a similar size. Its heart is a powerful pump, working hard to circulate a greater volume of blood around its body. This ensures that even though each drop of blood carries less oxygen, enough of it reaches the cells. Furthermore, the icefish has a vast network of blood vessels, especially in its skin and fins. These capillaries are much wider than those in other fish, reducing resistance and allowing the watery blood to flow more easily throughout its body. The skin of the icefish also plays a crucial role in its survival. It lacks scales, which allows it to absorb some oxygen directly from the water through its skin, a process known as cutaneous respiration. This supplements the oxygen it takes in through its large, pale gills. In essence, The entire body of the icefish acts like a lung, constantly drawing in the life-giving oxygen that saturates its icy home. All of these adaptations, the clear blood, the supercharged heart, and the scaleless skin, work together in a delicate balance. They allow this extraordinary creature to thrive where others would instantly fail. Living in water that is often below 0 degrees Celsius presents another deadly challenge: the risk of freezing solid. Ice crystals are sharp and dangerous. If they were to form inside an animal's body, they would pierce cell membranes and cause irreversible damage, leading to certain death. The Antarctic icefish, however, has evolved a brilliant defense against this threat. It produces special substances in its body called antifreeze glycoproteins. These are remarkable molecules that act as a natural antifreeze, preventing the fish's blood and tissues from turning to ice. This is one of the most critical adaptations for survival in the polar seas. These antifreeze proteins work in a very clever way. They do not lower the freezing point of the water in the fish's body in the same way that salt does. Instead, they circulate in the bloodstream and attach themselves to any tiny ice crystals that begin to form. Once attached, they act as a physical barrier, effectively stopping the crystals from growing larger. By preventing these small seed crystals from expanding, the proteins protect the fish from freezing from the inside out. It's a highly efficient and targeted mechanism, allowing the icefish to swim freely in water that is literally at its freezing point, a feat that seems almost like magic. The discovery of these antifreeze compounds opened up a whole new field of research. Scientists were amazed by their effectiveness and began to study how they could be used in other areas. For example, these proteins could have important applications in medicine. They could potentially be used to preserve human organs for longer periods before transplantation, preventing ice crystal damage during storage. They could also be used in the food industry to improve the texture of frozen foods, like ice cream, by preventing the formation of large, crunchy ice crystals. The icefish, a creature from the remote Antarctic, holds secrets that could benefit human lives in many ways. The presence of these proteins is a powerful example of what is known as convergent evolution. This is when different, unrelated species independently evolve similar traits to adapt to similar challenges. Antifreeze proteins are not unique to the icefish. They have also been found in other Antarctic fish, as well as in some insects and plants that live in cold climates. However, the specific structure of the proteins in the icefish is unique. It shows us that nature has found multiple solutions to the same problem. The icefish's antifreeze is a finely tuned molecular tool perfected over millions of years to master the cold. The Antarctic icefish is more than just a biological curiosity. It is a living laboratory for studying evolution in action. Its unusual traits provide scientists with a unique opportunity to understand how organisms adapt to extreme environmental changes. By studying the icefish's genes, researchers have been able to pinpoint the exact genetic mutations that led to the loss of hemoglobin. It appears that the gene for a key part of the hemoglobin molecule was lost entirely. This was likely a random accident, but in the oxygen-rich cold water it was not a fatal one. The fish managed to survive without it, a remarkable fluke of nature. This loss of red blood cells, while now a key part of its identity, likely came with costs. The icefish's circulatory system has to work much harder to compensate. Its large heart and blood vessels are adaptations that evolved after the loss of hemoglobin to make its less efficient system work. This tells a powerful story about the step-by-step process of evolution. It is not a perfect, planned process. Instead, it is a series of trade-offs and compromises. The icefish traded the efficiency of red blood cells for a new way of life, one that was only possible in the very specific environment of the Southern Ocean. Scientists are also deeply interested in the icefish as a model for understanding certain human diseases. Its natural state of having no red blood cells is similar to severe anemia. Studying how the icefish thrives without hemoglobin can provide valuable insights into how the heart and circulatory system respond to such conditions. It can also help us understand bone health, as the icefish has unusually low bone density, a condition similar to osteoporosis in humans. By learning from the icefish's adaptations, we may uncover new ways to treat these challenging medical conditions and improve human health. Ultimately, the Antarctic icefish is a powerful symbol of the incredible diversity and resilience of life on Earth. It reminds us that there are still so many wonders to be discovered in the natural world, especially in its most remote and challenging corners. The story of the icefish is a story of loss, adaptation, and survival against all odds. As our planet changes and the polar regions warm, this unique creature faces an uncertain future. Protecting its fragile habitat is not just about saving one strange fish. It is about preserving a priceless source of scientific knowledge and a beautiful example of nature's ingenuity.